Big reason why we won that. Probably the reason we won that. Actually, is the reason that we won that and won the West and got there and had to play. Got through a sloppy game. So we have a guy by the name of Harold Perkins Jr. that resides in the defensive side of the football. I don't even want to say linebacker because this
he
guy's
might
a
actually own real estate in the offensive backfield.
Yeah. This guy's Micah Parsons for us. He plays linebacker. He plays nickel back. He plays defensive end. He drops into coverage. He spies. He is an edge rusher. And he can also, if you didn't know, get down within about a foot of the ground and get up underneath a tackle and still keep his balance and get a sack and get a strip fumble and end the game. And really probably should have had 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles because the other ball got lucky that he held on to it just enough. He's a monster. Since he's been in the starting lineup, since the Tennessee game, right? So he had Tennessee, and he was in the starting lineup. Florida, Alabama, and Arkansas. 4 sacks against Arkansas. He had a sack against Alabama and a sack against Florida. So 3 games starting, 6 sacks total. He has 7.5 for the year. Guy's a monster. You cannot outrun him. Now he's kind of getting a feel for the defense a little bit more, and I'm excited to see what happens with him. We talked about it off the air, and a lot of people are talking about it. He has the potential to be the best defensive player ever to come out of LSU.
I love how he's so young in his career here that.
All while having the flu, by the way.
Yeah, just that he has a 4-sack game, and you don't even really hear the real excitement in announcers because he's so unannounced at this point. Even though he came here as a big recruit, he's unannounced at this point. So people don't even believe him when they're watching it themselves. They're just kind of oh.
Then you start to hear at the end of the game.
But yeah. Just from saying it takes, and it's so crazy that's kind of where it is. But it's catching on like this.
Yeah, until you watch him on the field, oh my God, this guy. Listen to me. Just to put this in perspective, and I know there's been articles written about it, and there's been quotes written about it. The quarterback for Arkansas is labeled by his teammates and his coaching staff and people that played against him as the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah.
The fastest human being on the Arkansas football team is playing quarterback. You line him up on the line against all 85 guys, he is going to beat everybody on that one team. They have a running back with the nickname of Rocket, and he does it. He's not as fast as him. So you have this guy, right? He literally takes the ball, and he is running sideways. Has a 2, 3, 4 yard lead on Harold Perkins, who's spying him. Harold Perkins sees it, takes off through the gap, and chases him down in the backfield and forces the fumble. And if he doesn't get hit by his other teammate who's trying to pick up the fumble, he probably picks up and takes it to the house. So the fastest guy on the field got sucked up by a linebacker. It shows you the amount of talent he's got, and how fast he is, and how quick he is at making a decision, and how quick he closes the gap when he takes off. It's unbelievable.
He plays he literally plays like a rocket. Everything he does is literally at warp speed.
So sudden.
And the crazy part about it doesn't even really look like it. It's so smooth that it doesn't really look like he's running or trying that hard. And
and you know what? Ground. You know what? I think the most impressive thing about him is, obviously he's a freak of nature. He's a unicorn. He's more talented than most. His motor. And how he always is going and going. Dude, there was a play where he got blocked out of the play, fell on the ground, got up, and chased them down. You don't teach the motor. If you have that talent and that motor, you become
a freak.
Micah Parsons. You become a Bosa. You become
it's
Khalil Mack. It's
next straight level next level stuff.
You know what I mean? You don't ever see those guys say, "Oh man, this guy is just really." He's took a couple plays off.
Not luck.
No.
That relentless effort is so unbelievably important on the defensive side of the ball. And then when you can add that with actual real talent, crazy talent, oh my God.
Yeah, I think I know our defense has been playing really well. They've given up they've only given up 21 points a game, which is not that much at all. I think they're 4th in the SEC in amount of points given up per game. It feels like they've gotten better. They're better now. It feels like watching them.
I felt like they were really good. A little bit of a low period.
And then Alabama, they were really good. Even though I know you gave up 31 points, but it was an overtime, 24 in regulation. they only had 9 points going into the fourth quarter. So, like, defense kind of figured some stuff out. I think now a big part of that is Harold Perkins being in the lineup and having him on the field all the time. Like, you have a difference maker who, in any given play, can cause a turnover.
Yeah.
Can have a sudden change of possession on defense, which is, Tyrann Mathieu-esque, right? You have a guy out there that is going to create. He's not just going to make a million tackles and have you in, like, no. Like, he's on the field. There's a chance that you get the ball back. Hey, go get the football. Yes, sir, I will get it for you. And he ends up coming back to you. Here you go. Like the guy from The Replacements, the cop that was crazy.
Yeah.
He did that football. That's what reminds him.
Go get the ball.
Football. Okay. I got the ball.
Coach,
I got the ball. So like he's a big reason for that, but it also feels like, obviously the coverages have been a little bit tighter. You've had, Mekhi Wingo has been a monster in the inside, which has been huge after losing Mason Smith.
Yeah.
You have Savion Jones has been playing unbelievable. The linebacker, I always forget his name. The freshman. Tolian, the linebacker.
DeMario.
Tolian. Right?
Yes.
He's been playing a lot more, so he's on the field. Baskerville's been playing really well. Like,
that's who I think is the unsung hero of the group, is Micah Baskerville really gripping onto that middle linebacker role.
And he can run sideline to sideline.
Because they try to do some of the same things that they do with Harold with Micah Baskerville, and that's where you can kind of see the difference. No shame to Micah, but it goes to show how good and how explosive Harold Perkins is, because they try to do like the same, like mush rush, spy him, go get him, and Baskerville doesn't have that. I mean, he's a Ferrari. Perkins has got just the seventh gear that nobody has. But Baskerville in that role, when you have B.J. Ojulari, who played phenomenally, Mekhi Wingo played great, Harold Perkins, obviously, and then Micah Baskerville, you have so much speed on the field at one time that the LSU defense